Think like this example from Lord of the Rings. The absolute best sample library series for cinematic solo vocals got a new entry, Ethera Gold Odyssey. And oh my, it sounds gorgeous. Odyssey is dedicated to angelic voices, so there is a brand new singer, Sarah Müller, with her new entry into the Ethera Gold series. And let me tell you, that singer has a voice from heaven. The choice of narration for the official walkthrough of the sample library, on the other hand, made me feel like I'm watching something slightly R-rated.
It's perfect when you're looking for a very light, angelic vocal tone with just a touch of breathiness.
Luckily, the library is much better than the video narration. Odyssey runs on the full version of Kontakt 6 or above, and it comes with an installer where you can even get it inside Kontakt 8's library with a nice thumbnail. It's totally optional, but nice to have. Mac users, for this image installer, you may get a permissions error like I did. In that case, you have to go to your security and privacy settings and hit open anyway to run the installer. The centerpiece of the sample library is the two different legato styles, Angelic True Legato and Odyssey True Legato. Angelic is stunningly beautiful, slightly airy. Odyssey True Legato is a bit fuller and slightly operatic. It's a crystal clear, bright soprano with absolutely masterful performance and fantastic sample quality. The legatos are sampled for intervals up to an octave, which allows for large jumps that still sound natural. So this library is primarily for angelic, high-pitched voices from heaven. Think like this example from Lord of the Rings. Now, both legatos come in multiple articulations. For angelic legato, we got A's and U's. And for the Odyssey legato, we got A's and O's. And there are quite a few nice surprises in the sample library that make it sound more useful, more realistic sounding, and more versatile to program. For example, every legato is multi-layer. The low velocities, you get the beautiful A or O legato. But with the high velocities, you get a syllable. These syllables are not user controllable, so you can't say whether she sings sa, na, tra, or fya or whatever, but there is a lot of versatility with the syllables that are played. I have the feeling that every note interval and starting from each note has a different syllable. That's very nice, and you can combine them. You can, for example, start with a syllable and then do a few legato transitions, continue with another syllable, and it's all controlled by velocity only. No need to program it. You can immediately start playing like that. This is awesome, and it helps add a bit of spoken texture. Plus, you can insult people.
Fuck you!
Even better, there's an articulation called syllables in the legato patch, with different tempos that let the singer sing a few syllables as you hold down a note. You can, for example, start with a few of these resting syllables, which I set with this key switch, then go into, with this key switch, 3 legato notes, and end on 2 individual syllables, which again, if you remember correctly, you can set with the legato, but the high velocities. So let's play it back and see what happens here in the instruments. Combining these resting syllables, the legatos, and the individual syllables add refinement that really helps get a richer vocal texture and more believability. Now, we also have a short and legato articulations. What's that? We've never had a short articulation, I think, in an Ethera Gold release. Let's take a look. This is experimental, but pretty cool. Higher velocities triggers short notes, well, they some sort of marcato. And the shorts are recorded in 3 dynamics: quiet, medium, and loud. With the lower velocities, you still get your legatos. So it's all in one patch. You can combine short and long notes without key switching. It takes some time to get used to it because this stuff is controlled by the velocity and not the key length, whether you have the long or short notes. So it's best to program it inside the MIDI editor, but it sounds pretty cool. Once you get the hang of it, you can get some really awesome stuff done. Very clever. So with multi-layered legatos, syllables, resting note syllables with tempo, short notes plus legato in one articulation, you can program some pretty impressive stuff. The awesome tone and the smooth legato transitions help glue it all together and make it sound good. Odyssey got quite prominent release samples that sound like this. It's this breathing at the end. I know that these are important for realism, but for me, sometimes they don't really fit so well because it sounds like the singer is gasping for air quite a lot. It's more prominent for some notes than for others. So usually I turn them down quite a bit and then it's fine for me. So good that this knob here exists, especially if you combine multiple patches of this, it can accumulate and it's quite breathy then. With one instance of the legato, it's fine. It's great that you can control the releases. I personally prefer a cleaner sound with the releases quite quietly. Compared to turning them down completely. But that's also fine. So turn it all the way down if you don't want to hear it at all. Turn it up here if you want to hear it a bit. Or go full force if you like breathing. Now here's a cool feature, something new. Previously, Ethera Gold legatos were not suitable for faster passages. So before, if you play notes that are faster than the set legato length that you have, you can set it here. It's slow, medium, fast, whatever. But if your notes are faster, it doesn't work. It just cuts off. There is no legato. There's a new feature, adaptive legato. It adapts the tempo of the legato transitions based on the playing speed. You turn it on here. So now we can add these little ornaments without it glitching out. Very nice. Of course, the legato still sounds the best if you keep it slow, then you have all the detail of the legato transitions, but this is a very nice feature. Now there's also a look ahead mode, which fixes timing issues that come from the adaptive legato. If you have a melody line in your MIDI editor, you can make sure that even though the legato speed changes, all the notes will still be in time. Make sure to only use it in playback, not for recording, because it adds quite some latency. Now, vocal phrases. Stefano Maccarelli added a huge selection of phrases. I feel like he spends half of his life or more on recording vocal phrases. Every of his vocal sample library has them.
Vocal phrases.
This one has them as well. And they are pretty good because we got vocal phrases in C, D, E, F, G, A, and B in both major and minor. We can use key switches if we want to switch between the different keys here. Absolutely beautiful. Big bonus, the vocal phrases includes fifth intervals. This is extremely useful for cinematic scoring. Sometimes you don't want the whole phrase, it can sound a bit uncanny, and you just want this one interval, a pure vowel fifth, like oh, super nice to have. I would absolutely love to see some more intervals, fourths, and maybe major and minor thirds in the future. But again, I'm already happy that we have the fifths. Just some food for thought for future updates or releases. We got a brand new syllables engine for polyphonic syllables that have presets for quarter notes and half notes, crescendos, shorts, and it sounds like this. We got presets for quarter notes and half note syllables in both 120 and 85 beat PM, crescendos and held static syllables. It's great for building choral textures, both haunting and beautiful. We got the same engine for these more static syllables as well. And last but not least, a texture design. With the texture designer, we can create hybrid vocal soundscapes and atmospheres. Ooh, we got 3 slots where you can load various sample materials, looping, stuff, granular, synths, and melismatic vocal samples. Very cool. And with this, we can design our own pads, drones, etc. It comes with presets. Thank God, I love presets. These presets show that Stefano Maccarelli is not just a brilliant developer, but also a kick-ass sound designer. Ethera Gold Odyssey costs $76 on intro sale, $89.95 regular price, and you get an additional 20% off via the Ethera loyalty scheme if you own any other Ethera library. I think this is a really fair price. Anything between $70 or $90 is a great price for this package. If you feel inspired by the sound, get Ethera Gold Odyssey. Extra good news. All of Odyssey's new technology has made it into Ethera Gold Atlantis with the new and free version 3.5 update. So that includes the adaptive legato with the different legato speeds based on your playing speed, as well as the new UI update. We got new hybrid vocals engine plus presets, more articulations, syllables, ornaments. It's a big content update, not just pretty, not just new technology, but also actually new recordings, new stuff. Awesome. Atlantis is the perfect companion to Odyssey. In my opinion, the absolute best thing is mixing both libraries. Listen to this official demo, for example, that combines them. That's absolutely fantastic. Odyssey, big W. Get it if you've got $80 to spare and love this type of angelic vocals. Get Atlantis instead if you're looking for a more general cinematic all-rounder. Or get the Ethera Gold bundle with Odyssey, Prometheus, which is male vocals, Atlantis, which alone has 6 singers, Sahara voices, intimate voices, and the absolute cinematic huge package of Ethera Gold 2.5. The links are down in the video description. Now, you can hear I'm a big fan of the Ethera Gold series. Well, I'm still waiting for someone to show me a library that has better sampled voices, better legato, and more content at this price. And even at a higher price, I haven't come across better legatos. I haven't come across more singers than Atlantis or better sampled singers than Odyssey. So, I don't know. So far, nobody has shown me this library. That's why I keep rooting for it, and I think it's a fantastic package. I wrote a little demo for Ethera Gold Odyssey. It's Odyssey only, so you can hear it in isolation. I also didn't use the sound design, didn't use the effects, just the voices and what you can build with it, some of the syllables. I know it sounds fancy with an orchestra. I know it sounds better if you mix it with other Ethera libraries, but deliberately I want to isolate this so you get the clearest representation. Did you have any questions about the sample library? Ask them down in the comments. I'm happy to help. Enjoy. See you soon.
Do, to, no, to, so, do.